Hi there and welcome to another video. I'm at the Peacock Inn bar at the moment, enjoying a pint. It's I think an 18th century inn, so a lot of history, but a fantastic location with great views over the city. Anyway, today we're out for a hike and a wild camp on a massive moorland known as Big Moor. Now this moorland area is sort of place where you can find some peace and quiet and some solitude. It is massive, you can lose yourself in it. It's also steeped in ancient history. Now I'm talking Bronze Age history, 3,000 to 4,000 years ago. So we have got a bit of road walking and then we'll drop down onto Big Moor itself, and I'll tell you a bit more about what we're going to look at. We're basically going to look at 3 ancient stone circles. So I'm going to finish this off first. You may wonder, am I going to have another pint? Well, this is actually take 2, so I've already had my other pint. I managed to chop my head off when I filmed it first off, so hopefully this one is okay. I'll see you further up as we get up to Big Moor. See you in a bit. So this is Big Moor behind me, a vast area of moorland, pretty level in places, and it also has a stream called Barbrook flowing across it. And I think the plentiful supply of fresh water attracted the Bronze Age tribes to the area. If you think 3,000 to 4,000 years ago, our climate was a lot warmer, and that enabled them to clear the land and grow crops, and from there more tribes would arrive. So this area would have been populated by a lot of Bronze Age tribes, and I suppose with that came ceremony. Although it was probably a pagan ceremony, it involved probably burials, celebrations, things like that. And they were very important to the people that lived here all that time ago. So not much remains of their existence. There is very little, in fact, but what does remain is 3 stone circles, and that is what we're going to have a look at today. They take the name from the stream and are known as Barbrook 1, 2 and 3. We're going to start off at 3, 2 and then work our way back down. It suits me that to where I want to camp. Found a lovely spot, lovely spot. So yeah, we're gonna go now find Barbrook 3, this stone circle on a plateau area just down there. So follow me. Right, Barbrook 3 stone circle is up here. Probably not what you thought. The stones here are very small. As you can see, this is one of the larger ones, probably less than half a metre high. And at this time of the year, the grass is higher than the stones, so they are all hidden from view basically. Now I've got my drone set up in the middle of the circle, so we'll get that in the air and hopefully I can give you a better view of the circle and tell you a little bit more about it. In fact, this is one of the largest stone circles in Derbyshire, roughly 25 metres in diameter, but it is made up of very small stones, 21 stones in fact. So it is different from your other Derbyshire stone circles. Perhaps that means it predates a lot of those. Perhaps this can be a really ancient stone circle before a lot of others in the area, the way it was constructed. There are a couple of breaks in the stones, and they could be entrances to this sacred place. The central area is pretty clear, but who knows what might have been there 4,000 years ago, or what in fact this circle was used for. I suppose we'll never know. But it's certainly in a commanding location, high on a plateau overlooking the whole area. Anyway, from here we're going to set off now and follow the path further down and go and find Barbrook 2. So this is Barbrook 2 stone circle. Again, not what you'd expect from a stone circle. It's more like an embankment and dry stone wall incorporating the stone circle. So what we'll do, to give you a better view, we'll get the drone up and I'll tell you a little bit more about this circle Barbrook 2. As you can see, the circle is actually like a ring cairn with the upright stones incorporated in the wall. The actual circle is made up of 10 standing stones. Now, 9 of them are original, 1 of them isn't. I'll tell you more. Anyway, the circle is approximately 14 metres in diameter. Now, around the midsummer solstice in 1988, the circle was criminally altered by persons unknown. The circle was fully restored in 1989 to look as it is imagined it would have looked like 2000 BC, 4,000 years ago. And again, this circle commands great views over the surrounding moorland, in sight of many of the Bronze Age tribes that would have inhabited the area at that time. We're on our way over to Barbrook 1 stone circle now, and you'll notice we'll pass various small cairns. I understand there's about 80 of these on the moorland round here. Some are burial cairns with cremated remains inside. Some are just clearance cairns where the land was cleared for agriculture, and they just piled the stones up in a pile, and it became what is known as a clearance cairn. So this is Barbrook 1 stone circle, and it is more typical how you would imagine a stone circle to be. Set of all stones and one headstone. Anyway, we'll get the drone up and I'll try and give you a better view. The circle is made up of 12 gritstone blocks, arranged in a circle measuring roughly 13 metres in diameter. The stones are all half a metre high, apart from the prominent headstone, which is about 1 metre high and lies to the southwest. Again, you do wonder what ceremonies took place here. Perhaps summer, winter solstice festivals, when the sun would align with certain stones. All possibilities, but we can't exactly say what. The circle stands on gently sloping ground, about 200 to 300 metres away from the Barbrook stream and the area where the Bronze Age tribes were possibly had their settlements. It's also visible from all the surrounding moorland. A bit of a beacon to the outlying tribes possibly. So that brings to an end our little tour round these stone circles, Barbrook 1, 2 and 3. Like I say, I'll put the grid references all on at the end. So what we're going to do now, head down to Barbrook itself, the actual brook. I'm going to collect my water and then we'll head off up to the campsite and get pitched before the weather turns nasty or anything like that. I'll see you down at the river. So we've arrived at a little lake on the Barbrook stream. Now this is a very popular spot with the ladies. Now before you get any ideas, it's wild swimming. Whenever I've come past here on a summer morning, there's always been 2 or 3 ladies wild swimming in the lake. So I could imagine it is a popular place, and especially in summer. Mind you, you would not get me in there. I'm alright underground, I'm alright high up in a tree, but don't put me in cold water. So I'm going to collect my water for tonight, get it filtered. I ain't filming that because I have filmed it so many times before, and then we'll head up to the campsite. Last bit's been really hard going, walking through 2 to 3 foot of heather and grass. I'll be ready for a sit down, I think. Just enjoying a cup of coffee. Well, I've got my camp all set up. It was a hard slog coming up this last bit. There's no actual paths in a way. This is such a vast but isolated piece of moorland. I would say nearest road is probably a mile away. So you're totally isolated up here. I think like the Bronze Age people, they found a place where they were left alone. It had got a plentiful supply of water, they could grow the crops, and yeah, a bit like wild camping, it suited them to the ground. But back then, so we're talking 3,000 years ago, climate change, it got colder, and I suppose around that period, Bronze Age, tribes left the area. It was just too cold really to survive up here, and I don't think it's changed much ever since. It's still an isolated area. In fact, because of that, it is a haven for wildlife. There's red kites, all sorts of different birds. Must be a couple of hundred red deer up here. As soon as you walk up, you see the heads pop up. Like, hey, we don't normally see people up here. So yeah, so for me, it's isolated sort of area is perfect place to wild camp. I know I'm totally left alone up here. It's got fantastic views all around me. So I'm just gonna enjoy my cup of coffee. What I'll do, I've had my drone up. I'll put you a bit of video on, and that'll show you the size of this moorland, roughly where I'm camped, and the area around me. Hopefully it'll show you how isolated it is up here. While you're looking at that, I'm going to have a little rest for a while, and then we'll look at tonight's tea. All I can say, we've gone Moroccan tonight, so see how we go. I'll leave you with this little bit of footage of the area. So from that footage, I think you can see how big this moorland is, and how sort of remote it is and how isolated I am here. Just perfect. Anyway, I'm going to make a start with tea. Like I said, we've gone Moroccan. I'm going to cook a Moroccan tagine, chicken tagine. It's something we've had at home a few times, and wow, it's really nice. I think I enjoy it more than a curry in a way. So, right, frying pan, that's raw chicken. That'll be going in the frying pan next. This is, well, I took the easy option and I bought a jar of tagine sauce, and there didn't look too much in it, so I emptied a tin of chickpeas in it, and that's given me that, which is the sort of the sauce. Hopefully it's got all the herbs and spices in. I have vacuum sealed all these, and vacuum sealing something with a liquid in is not easy. I basically put some paper roll in, because as soon as you try and suck the air out, it sucks the liquid out. Even with meat like chicken, you vacuum seal it and it tries to suck the juice out, so I put paper roll in. So we've got that. So chicken will go on, we'll put the sauce in. They're dried apricots, I'm going to drop those in. So that's basically it. I've got, if I pronounce this right, hopefully, couscous, which is so easy. I've got 80 grams of couscous, and I drop it in with 100 mils of water, and leave it for 5 minutes. So that's easy. So that'll be that. And over here I've got some flatbreads. I think I'm supposed to toast these and I can't do that. So we'll have to see how they might not work out. They might not do me any good at all, but we'll have a look. So I'm gonna get this chicken into the frying pan. I've got some wipes there because I'm gonna get it on my fingers, so I want to be able to wipe it off. I'll get the chicken in and then get everything on the stove. I cut the chicken up before I came out, a bit easier to cook. So I'm going to try and cook that more or less through because I won't be simmering it with the sauce for too long. So I've cooked the chicken and then poured the sauce with the chickpeas onto the chicken. So I'm going to try and simmer this lot. So we'll see how good this Soto stove is at simmering, because I don't want it to sort of boil, I just want it to simmer. Probably have to keep stirring it. Well, it smells nice. I can smell them spices. It's looking very nice, it is. I've had it simmering for about 10 minutes, so hopefully the chicken will soak up all the spices. I'm going to drop these in now. These are they're just dried apricots I bought. That's what we put in at home, and it really adds to it a little bit of fruit with the chicken and the spices. So we'll just mix all that lot up. The chicken, I can sort of break it with my spoon, and yeah, it feels like it's cooked through. That's what I'm bothered about, that I have actually cooked all the chicken through. So I think we'll just simmer that for a little bit longer. So the chicken tagine itself is more or less cooked. So I've boiled 100 millilitres of water, and I'm going to drop this couscous in it. And I understand you just leave it. Leave that for 5 minutes. Easier than rice. So we'll have this back on and carry on simmering. Quite a good simmer control. I had it turned really low, just enough to simmer it. Well, my couscous has been in here for 5 minutes. Ooh, looks okay. So I'm just going to dump that in. So yeah, that'll soak up all the spices and the sauce. But yeah, that were easy to do, that couscous. It was easier than rice. Oh, that's hot. So you've got the spices of the tagine, the sweetness of the apricots, and the couscous to soak it all up. Very nice. I'm not sure about my flatbread. I think these want sort of grilling. I think this will fill me up, so we might leave the bread. That is very nice. Well, that tagine, very nice. One of the nicest camp meals I've done. Really tasty and that. So I've gone here. Took a little bit of messing and that, but I've gone for an easy option for a sweet. I've got rice pudding with strawberry. Just add water. 150 ml of boiling water. Straight in. Good mix up. Oh dear. And then leave it for 8 minutes. So that's my sweet prepared. So let's have a look. 7:40. Right, leave it a bit longer. Just turned 7 o'clock. The sun has gone down, but still got enough daylight. I never told you about the weather. Aha! So we're in September. Usually nice weather. Tonight's temperatures are forecast 2 degrees C. So you can see we've got a clear sky. I've got my hat on. It is a bit chilly and that, but it's good to be able to cook outside the tent. But yeah, 2 degrees C tonight. That's probably lowest we've had for a long time. Not enough to give a frost, but yeah, it's going to be cool. But I've got my sleeping bag with me. It's mountain equipment 550. I must have had it about 10 or 12 years, but it's ideal for these sort of temperatures. It's not winter, but my quilt, I don't know if I would have been warm enough tonight, so I've erred on the safety, and I've brought a sleeping bag with me. I think the quilt is good for summer, but I'm going to go back to sleeping bags now. So just give this a bit longer and then we'll have a look at it. Right, time up. It's had its 8 minutes. Let's have a look. Rice pudding with strawberry. It's nice. It's sweet tasting. It's warm. And it goes nice after the tagine. So yeah, very good, very good. So I'll finish this off and then I'll have a word with you later on in the tent, and we might have a drop of that. A few wee drams in the tent. I'll see you in a little bit. Well, it's that time in the evening where we settle down in the tent and put the world to rights. Usually helped with a little wee dram, and tonight we've got Aberlour 12-year-old sherry cask malt. One of my favourites. In fact, my very favourite whiskey. Now, I know with a Moroccan meal, I would have liked a Moroccan drink. I did find one on the internet, M-A-H-I-A, Mayahay or something. It was like a fig brandy made in Morocco, or used to be made, and I think used a lot for religious ceremonies. So, apart from the fact that I couldn't get any in this country, I didn't really fancy it. So yes, we've fallen back on my old favourite Aberlour 12-year-old single malt. I've actually poured a glass, so save trying to knock it over or anything. And yeah, that beautiful nose just comes straight by. Sweet and sherry. I'll just take that light down. But yeah, very nice. I will put it there, and then I won't drink it all at once. Not too much to talk about. I'm not sure what's happening with YouTube at the moment, because my views have definitely dropped off an awful lot. It might be the type of video I do aren't appreciated so much now. I don't know. Or it might just be YouTube in general. I've heard a few other people talk about it. I used to get probably 20-30,000 views in the first week if I put a video on. Last two videos, I think I've got a 15 and probably 12,000. So the views are definitely lower. I recognise all the regular names, so I know all my regular viewers are there. I just don't understand it, whether it's to do with these YouTube algorithms, I'm not too sure. But yeah, the views have certainly dropped off. And the other thing, I look at other people's videos, and in this area there is so much talent, and the videos I look at are fantastic. I recognise everywhere, they're experienced campers, and they make such good videos. And then you look, and they get about 1,000 views. I can't believe it. Such low views for such quality videos. It would appear that if you put on somebody walk round the tent at night, or I saw a ghost, or something like that, that might help. Or the other thing that seems very popular is to sleep on roundabouts, or sleep behind a factory somewhere, mixed in with all the dog muck and everything else. Bit of stealth camping like that in noisy, terrible conditions, and people seem to love them. They will get you 30-50,000 views. But it would appear just straightforward, honest wild camping up on the moorlands, fantastic views, a bit of cooking, bit of hiking. They just do not command the views now. It has dropped off. I'm just going to pour myself another drop. This is time to enjoy this whiskey. So nice. But yeah, the views have dropped off. That might become the norm, I think. Nothing I can do about it. I know people say, oh, don't bother about the views and that. But the views mean that little bit of money. And that little bit of money helps buy me new gear. And it also pays for my little trips abroad. And it's nice to know that you're putting out content that people appreciate and enjoy. Luckily, I have got, I suppose from years ago, I've done underground exploring, quite a few trips on trains, tree camping and climbing, and that has sort of built me up quite a substantial amount of subscribers, and they all seem pretty loyal and seem to look at anything that I put on, even though it may be more wild camping now. But yeah, that's what I intend doing, just continuing with the wild camping. I'm going on my little trips abroad. I don't really class myself as a tour guide and showing people around, so I probably won't do many videos or any videos of those. But I've, well, me and my wife just come back from Barbrook last week. That's why this video is a little bit late. Beautiful area, loads of wine, loved it, nice warm temperatures. I've got a little one-day trip planned in October. That's to Copenhagen. Never been. Worked on. I can get about, I think it's about 5:45 flight in the morning and back about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. Plenty of time in Copenhagen to try a few beers, and I get two car stealth camps, one before I go out and one when I come back. What I'll try and do, I'll try and put one of these shorts on, just for 1 minute, let you know where I am. And I'm in the process of planning another little trip, probably end of November. I have thoughts of Oslo and round Norway, but it keeps changing. Probably as the weather deteriorates and we get into winter, I might quickly shoot off down to Spain or somewhere like that. But I have thoughts of Oslo, and again I'll put on a little short if I can, just to let you know what I'm up to and when the next wild camp video is due. Just got to have this nectar. It's got a lovely finish, very smooth, warming and lingering. Very nice. Anyway, I've not too much else to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of history of this ancient Bronze Age moorland. There is so much history up here, and such a lovely place to camp. I feel I'm in the middle of this massive moor. It must be 2 miles roughly in diameter, so I'm bang in the centre. But yeah, a lovely place to camp. So I'm gonna have another wee dram, and I'll see you in the morning. Night then. Good morning there, and what a lovely morning it is. Bright clear skies, beautiful sunshine, a little bit cool, but yeah, a lovely morning. I'll stand this way, get the sun on me. Now, I've never camped here before, but what a fantastic spot. I had a great night's sleep. Got a nice level pitch, and you just feel like you're miles from anywhere. I can hardly hear the traffic. I can see it, but you can't hear anything. So yeah, definitely a a nice pitch, and I dare say I'll be back sometime, probably in winter. But like I said, a good night's sleep. It was cool. Whether it went down to 2 degrees, I don't know. It was clear, cool and still. And I did get quite a bit of condensation. I sort of woke up and I thought I'll give it an hour, and the sun has dried the tent off, so it'll make packing away a lot easier. I'm glad I had my sleeping bag with me. The quilt may have been alright, but I don't know. I do like, this quilt were good for summer, but I like traditional sleeping bags as it gets cooler. This cup of coffee is very welcome. So I'll get on with my breakfast in a sec, and then make me way back. There's no rush. I'm just going to sit here against this tree and enjoy the morning sunshine. Nice to sit outside in this beautiful sunshine. It's so bright. I should have brought some sunglasses, never thought. But it's just a perfect location, this. I dare say it might be the last sunny morning where I can sit out having my breakfast for a few months now. The seasons are definitely changing. You'll notice the heather behind me, it's all starting to die off. Another month this will all be brown and drop down, so it'll look a totally different pitch. Will be a bit open, but hopefully should be okay. But yeah, you can darker nights, cooler temperatures, certainly changing. I mean, this Terra Nova competition one, it served me well through summer. Did me few mods on it. Yeah, it's been ideal summer tent. Main thing, it's lightweight, easy to put up, and a reasonable amount of room. I was a little bit restricted last night, but I think this will be going away, and my Hilleberg Sulu coming out now. All right, I pay the penalty, I've got the extra weight, but you've got the security, that little bit more room, and probably, you know, it's warmer. It is a 4-season tent, so people say it's overkill. I don't think so. I want to be as comfortable as I can, and some of our sort of winter nights, when that wind gets up, it's cold, it's wet, I need my Sulu just to keep me comfortable. So I look forward to using that in future. I know you've got the penalty of the extra weight, but as part of winter camping, everything's going to weigh heavier. Probably just restrict your distances a little bit, but I'm hoping to get back up the Derwent Valley. I must have found, I've been out hiking a lot around there, doing quite a lot of recce's, and I must have found half a dozen perfect places to pitch, so hopefully try them out. It's just the distance, you have got to walk farther, and it is steep and hard going, but all part of the fun. I'm going to get this lot finished, and then time to pack up. See you in a little bit. Everything packed up, all ready to set off home. Like I say, Right, the stone circles, I'll leave the grid references for you, and I will also leave you with a bit of drone footage I took of the area. If I brought it, I use the batteries up and get any bits I can. So I'll leave that and something to look at the end of the video. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one, which will obviously be a wild camp. I'd like to think we might go up the Derwent Valley again. Got a nice spot up there. But it can change, we'll have to see. Might be out end of October, might go into November. We'll just have to see. There's quite a bit happening in October. My odd little trip, Nottingham Beer Festival, Sheffield Beer Festival, and it takes all them 3 days I have. Anyway, been a lovely camp and a perfect pitch. See you on the next one. Bye then.